Hey guys, Morgan coming to you with a super duper short and simple how-to video on making your bark busters a whole lot better than they are. I'm a big fan of the Cycro Center Reach Mount bark busters. They're great. Everything about them's awesome except the way they mount into the end of the handlebar. That expansion thingy, dealy, anyway, whatever. It's fine if you never fall down, and it's fine if you barely ride your motorcycle. But the reality is most of us hopefully get out and ride a lot. Hopefully don't fall down too much, but you're going to tip over. And they loosen up and things twist anyway. So there is a way better solution. And it's right here. There we go. Bam! Just like that. SRT. Lots of people make them. SRT makes cheap ones that are $8.99 for this kit, right? So threaded inserts for the bars. I don't know why the bark buster companies don't just come with them, because these are got to be cheaper to make than the little aluminum expansion things. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to install these things. It's super simple. Join me. You got to start by getting that bolt out. Boom, there we go. You see, this is all ready to rock and roll. Now, some of the SRT things come with a tap, other ones don't. I have a better tap than comes with them because we do so many of these that I got a nice one. So let me grab that and I'll tell you which one it is if you want to buy your own. So it is, there's the tap right here. It is a 5/8 by 11. Now, generally, I'm not a big supporter of putting or dealing with anything standard on a metric bike because that's just silly. But in this case, it works just fine. So you can either go to your local hardware store, Napa, whatever, buy one of these, or you can get the one that comes from SRT. I'm going to put a link in the description for all this stuff so that you can get it. But one thing you will need if you get a big, because these are huge, right? There's a big stinking tap. You're going to need a tap handle like that. This is a snap-on one, so this is not inexpensive. But you can buy these cheap. I don't know what they cost from places. But anyway, I'll put a link in the description for an Amazon one of these too. One of the keys to doing this is going in straight, right? Because if you cock this thing one way or the other, it'll still go, but it'll start digging into the sides and just be really, really hard. So I take a little bit of extra time at the beginning to make sure it's going in nice and straight, and then that saves you a whole bunch of time down the road. So start like this, and I just with one hand you can kind of get it started, and just kind of look at it all the way around. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Boom. Just like that. So then we're going to come in here and we're going to use some 6-in-1 lube for cutting fluid. Now, yes, there is thread fluid and there's all kinds of special stuff for this. And I got yelled at on the internets by Jim Sheely. I know you're watching, Jim, for not using it on the cylinder that we fixed. But here's the thing. I'm doing this for the normal guy in his garage, not the guy that's got the $10,000 box full of $40,000 worth of tools, okay? Yeah, I got all the stuff. I can use all that stuff, but I'm trying to do this for you folks, you normal folks who are just like me when I started out, who just want to work on your own bike. So, Jim, if you're watching, that's why I'm doing it with 6-in-1 and not cutting fluid. There we go. I'm also not chalking it up and doing it on a lathe or with a mill or a Bridgeport or something like that. I don't have that stuff. But anyway, here we go. With some normal 6-in-1, which is a decent lube for this. Spray a little bit in there, and then come back in, get back into the threads we started, and we're going to start cutting threads. And it shouldn't be too terribly hard. If it gets really hard, that means you got it like off center. If you've gotten this far, you're kind of too late. So that's okay though. I've messed this up before and had them cocked just a little bit. It still works just fine. It's just harder to do. So, and it's going to start getting a little hard because that fluid, that 6-in-1 is getting out of there. So we're going to come back out, blow those threads out. Ah. Blow the tap out. Blow the tap out. There we go. Look at these threads. They look good. All you machinist guys out there who are yelling at me for not using the right stuff, tell me that doesn't look good. Now, you want to make sure you go far enough in with the threads that this goes all the way in and goes inside just a little bit. You don't want it sticking out at all. You can kind of go too far, but it's okay if you go a little bit far because the bark buster will just butt up against the end of the bar like it has been, so it's no big deal if you go a little bit too deep. I'd rather just go a little further than shorter so you don't have to go back and do it again. So there we go. That ought to do it. That out. There we go. Now, because these are cheap, I mean, so I used to use the System Tech Racing ones of these. They were aluminum, and anyway, they're all cool. They have a better way of installing them as a hex on this end. Anyway, they're great, but they're like 30 bucks. And John Bruckbauer, I love you to death, but these don't need to be 30 bucks. So, I mean, I get why yours are because they're aluminum, they're machined, and they're nice, but you don't need them. So, anyway, this just has a big flat blade on it. I'll show you that. There we go. So you just need a big old fat screwdriver like that one. I'm just going to run it in. Now, you can red Loctite these or whatever. I have found, since these are steel from SRT, if you go and get them in there tight enough, they generally stay. Also, if you change bars or whatever, I'm cheap, man. I like to pull them back out. And if you red Loctite that in there, especially with this flat blade, it's super hard to get them out, even with heat and all that stuff. So, yeah, I just don't Loctite them. And the worst case scenario is they loosen up a little bit, but like, anyway, it's not that big a deal. So, there we go. Let's take a look. So you can see it's in there a little bit. That's okay though, because like I said, the bark buster is going to butt up against that. So now we'll put our bark buster back on. And the SRTs, they come with their own bolts, so you can ditch this bolt. You can take this whole rig and sell it to your buddy for $5 if he's cheap or something like that. Pay for half of your setup. There's the new bolt, nice long. It's really nice to have this kind of flush mount setup because it goes into the bark buster and sits nice and flush. I've used some just hex heads before when I didn't, like, you know, I broke something. Anyway, whatever. It works okay, but it does hang up on stuff if you hit a tree or something like that. Anyway, this is just nice. That started by hand. Then, if that started by hand and loose, then we come in with the front mount. Get that started. There we go. Get that nice and tight. The other thing is, when you're mounting bark busters, if you've never mounted new bark busters on different, anyway, they don't ever fit, right? They don't ever really fit that good, so you got to bend and twist, and anyway. So it's nice with the threaded insert. You can run this in just a little bit, get this tight, and then you can just run that in. Whereas with the expansion thing, it's kind of hard to like get it, and you got to hit it with a hammer to get it in there. And anyway, this is just so much better. And you can get it nice and tight so that when you tip over, which none of us ever do, I know, it won't just twist and bend out of the way. Protect your hands, protect your levers, all the things that do. There we go. Boom, just like that. So yeah, that's super easy. Hope that helps you guys. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description for those threaded inserts, the tap handle, the tap, and even these bark busters. I really do think the center reach mount cyclers are the best ones I've ever used as far as just strength and ease of routing cables and hoses and things like that. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope that helps you out, and I really hope you get out, spread the gospel with two wheels, and find some time to ride your dirt bikes.